This week is School Bus Safety Week, and so it's a good time to focus on the safety situations in dealing with school buses. Buses are all around during the school year, and we see a lot of drivers that don't either understand or don't know about stop arms. And we see a lot of drivers that will run stop arms when buses are stopped to drop off or pick up students. And one of the things that we see a lot is distracted driving with drivers that are either looking at their cell phones, busy heading to work and not paying attention, or they just don't know. And so they go through a stop arm, and anytime that happens, it's putting a child's life at risk, because the students are looking for the protection from the driver as they've stopped to unload them. And when they do that, they're not always paying attention to the traffic around them, so they require the students or the drivers on the road to really be looking out for them. And so we just urge drivers to pay attention to that and be looking for stop arms and the kids as they're crossing.
Do drivers and the students go through any type of training over, okay, kids, look at me, I'm going to wave you across, or anything like that?
They do. That's ingrained in our drivers through the training, and then each year at the beginning of the school year we do a student safety training, and we send drivers out to each of the elementary schools, and they do an orientation with all the students, and they talk about crossing. They teach them how to do it properly, what to look for, which is looking at the driver as well as looking around the traffic, but they're kids and they get distracted, so we as adults got to do all that we can to help them out.
There are some videos online, not locally, but pretty scary close calls with cars, and
right.
The bus camera catches that, and I know it can be hard for a bus driver to report incidents when you don't maybe catch all the details right in the heat of the moment. So have these exterior cameras been something that Brown Bus has seriously considered, or would you say has tossed around at all, that idea? Yeah,
we've looked at that. We'll probably be looking at getting a few of those to try on a trial basis to see how they work, how we can work with local law enforcement with those cameras, because it's something that is untested here in our local community, and we need to see if that would be acceptable, with the local law enforcement, to have that type of evidence in place of some of the other evidence, when it's a driver's affidavit, when they report the incident.
Or maybe even just in collaboration with.
Yeah, and there might be some collaboration that we could do to make it a win-win for both sides.
So would there be any kind of timeline that Brown Bus has thought about, or is this still in a very early kind of discussion?
Pretty early stage. It's something that we talk about. It's frustrating when it happens, and you could go into our driver's area this afternoon after route, and you can probably hear a conversation, a driver being frustrated about somebody running their stop arm. So it's something that happens on an ongoing basis. Whether it's an epidemic, I don't know. I'm not going to judge that, but it is happening more and more. And I think with the prevalence of cell phones and the distractions with that, it's only going to get worse.